Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dive deep into the exciting world of corporate filings. Today we are cracking open a report so spicy it involves reverse splits and Nasdaq compliance. Get ready because it's about to go down like a stock price after a bad earnings call, or maybe in this case up. So what's on the menu today? We're dissecting a filing from Lazydays Holdings. Buckle up because this one's got a reverse stock split and a desperate attempt to stay listed on the Nasdaq. Before we get started, if you love getting the inside scoop on corporate news, subscribe to our channel. We also have a Discord community linked in the description where you can chat with other investors. Check it out. Alright, let's jump right in. This report is about a change to the rights of the security holders of Lazydays, which is happening due to an amendment to their charter. These changes come because they are doing what is called a reverse stock split. What is a reverse stock split? Well, it is when a company combines its existing shares of stock into fewer, proportionally more valuable shares. In this case, the company Lazydays Holdings filed an amendment to their restated certificate of incorporation to do a 1-for-30 reverse stock split of their common stock. This means every 30 shares you owned before effectively became one share. This change officially happened mid-July of last year. Why did they do this? Back last July, the company held its annual meeting where the stockholders voted to approve this reverse stock split. The decision was for a split between 1-for-2 and 1-for-30, and the board decided to go with the maximum 1-for-30 option. The company's board of directors had the authority to decide if they even wanted to do the split. However, they approved the 1-for-30, meaning effectively if they would have rather abandoned the idea, they could have. Here's the real reason behind the split. Lazydays stock price was too low. Nasdaq has a minimum bid price rule that requires listed companies to maintain a share price of at least $1. If a company's stock price dips below that for too long, they risk getting kicked off the exchange. By doing the reverse split, Lazydays hoped to increase its per share market price to meet this requirement. It's like trying to look taller by wearing elevator shoes, hoping no one notices you are not actually taller. Now their stock started trading on this new split adjusted basis around the middle of July of last year under their ticker symbol GORBY, while also obtaining a new CQSEP number. So what does this mean for the average investor? Well, if you held less than 30 shares, you might have ended up with a fractional share. However, the company said effectively they rounded up, meaning you would have probably been given a full share just to make it easier. This reverse split affects all stockholders uniformly, meaning everyone experiences the change at the same ratio. It doesn't change your percentage ownership except for those fractional share roundups. After the split, the new shares have the same voting rights, dividend rights, and overall character as the old shares, just fewer of them. The company did not change the number of authorized shares or the par value of its stock. Additionally, they have made proportional adjustments to the number of shares that can be issued under stock options, warrants, and the equity incentive plan. That's the rundown on the reverse stock split. If you are interested in the exact legal language and details, you can check out the charter amendment attached as Exhibit 3.1 in the filing. Now let's talk about the press release. On the second week of July last year, Lazydays put out a press release discussing, among other things, the reverse stock split. You can find the full press release as Exhibit 99.1 in the filing. The story does not end there, however. Lazydays had also filed multiple registration statements with the SEC. SEC rules allow them to incorporate future filings, meaning this report automatically updates those previous registration statements. One key result of this is that due to Rule 416 under the Securities Act of 1933, the number of shares covered by these registration statements are reduced, giving effect to the reverse stock split. And finally, there is the cover page interactive data file, or XBRL, which uses a special format for the information. Hag now, let me put on my analysis glasses. Lazydays took a pretty drastic step to maintain its Nasdaq listing. Whether or not this will be a sustainable solution is yet to be seen. Reverse stock splits often signal a company is struggling, as it resorts to artificially inflating its share price. The effectiveness hinges on whether the company can truly improve its financial health and market confidence. Of course, there's always the risk that the stock price could fall again, potentially leading to another reverse split or worse, delisting. Lazydays needs to focus on boosting revenue and profitability to create long-term value. In conclusion, the reverse stock split is a high stakes move by Lazydays to buy itself some time and stay in the game in the stock market. The success of this maneuver depends on the company's ability to turn things around. Alright, that's our breakdown of Lazydays' latest filing. What's your take on this reverse stock split and what it means for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. Also, don't forget to join our Discord community linked in the description. Thanks for watching and see you next time.